$500 sunglasses, Cole Young, said Carl Urban? Carl Urban is Johnny Cage in MK2. At least that's what a new rumor has suggested, and that's been floating around all morning, all afternoon. What's up, guys? Dynasty, and again, we're back discussing the live-action Mortal Kombat movie sequel, Mortal Kombat 2, which starts shooting in just a few weeks this summer. And it's been kind of coy with the news. We got a couple leaked casting calls mentioning Baraka, Quan Chi, to name just a couple characters. If you missed that video, I have a card on the screen right now. But today, we woke up to news that Carl Urban was in final talks to appear in Mortal Kombat 2. And interestingly enough, the story's kind of shifted from just a lead role to Johnny. Again, this is a rumor that's not 110% confirmed because obviously there has not been like an official press release saying who is starring in MK2. But if these leaks are to be trusted, Carl Urban will be Johnny. And I don't know. So if you're excited for me to discuss this, please take a second and drop a like on the video. And with that said, well, let's break this stuff down and let's get into it. So like I mentioned, Giant Freaking Robot initially broke this story mentioning how Carl Urban was in talks to be featured in the live-action sequel to MK1, dubbed MK2. Goes on to say their trusted and proven sources have delivered the incredible news that Carl Urban is in final talks to appear in the upcoming martial arts fantasy blockbuster MK2. We don't know who he'll be playing in the sequel, but we know it will be for a lead role. They go on to suggest that maybe Carl Urban seems a little bit too old for this charismatic hotshot Johnny Cage, so if he is Johnny Cage, maybe the sequel's taking the character in this weird, unexpected, older, washed-up version of Johnny Cage that we've really never seen before. They even go on to say that compared to other actors that are being mentioned on fans' wish lists or rumored to play Cage, like Ryan Reynolds and Scott Adkins, in comparison to those guys, he's really not much older. The article also mentions that maybe, just maybe, this could be a role for some type of resurrected Kano or Kano from a different time period. Because, let's face it, Carl Urban was born to play Kano and not necessarily Johnny Cage. That casting call would have been perfect. This one, again, I'm kind of on the fence on. And it sucks because, by chance, if this is like another Kano casting, what about Josh Lawson? I know he got killed in the last movie, and the cop-out answer could be just grabbing one from another dimension, but man, he really did carry that first movie's dialogue, and in general, I loved him in that movie. He was one of the stars of the film. He killed it, and to think that he'd be replaced by a bigger-named actor like this is, I think, doing him pretty dirty, so I'm hoping it's not for a Kano role, but at the same time, if it's not for Kano, who's it for? Well, Giant Freaking Robot also says maybe he's gonna play the role of somebody like Baraka, where his identity is really not much of an issue. So maybe Carl Urban's Baraka. Now, like I mentioned in the beginning of the video, it's funny because initially the reports that were coming out were just, okay, Carl Urban in final talks to be playing some type of lead role in the Mortal Kombat sequel. And since this morning, I've now seen other websites just run of the whole, hey, he's gonna be Johnny. And it sucks because the proof is just kind of hearsay or taking their word from their sources. There's nothing too concrete. There's not like a casting call list that's been leaked. There's not a statement being made, or, you know, there's not a producer that leaked anything. It's literally just two different websites, one being Giant Freaking Robot and one being The Wrap, that are being cited for this story. And it's kind of just empty. It's just the report and nothing more. So yeah, kind of wish we had some more concrete proof because, again, this is just a giant rumor, but this is what it is. And right now, it is spreading like wildfire. And it seems like the internet is more upset that he wasn't casted for Kano in the first movie than really him being casted as Johnny in MK2. For the most part, I'm seeing just, I guess, some indifference, like myself, really, where I'm kind of just going to sit back and wait and see how this unfolds. I'm not going to jump the gun and be like, it's doomed. They ruined it already. How could he play Johnny? I've seen people being upset because he's got an accent. And they're like, Johnny Cage doesn't have an accent. How is this going to work? He's an actor. I'm sure he has a great American accent he can use. They'll figure it out. And again, these are just reports that are being reported by movie websites. And it's not like it's 110% factual statements. They're just rumors from their trusted sources. So take it for what it is. This could just be maybe Cole Young's new brother that gets introduced. You know what I mean? Or again, maybe it's for a striker or like it could be for anybody really. But regardless, Karl Urban seems to be in the second Mortal Kombat movie, which I think is a W. That's a win. If he is Johnny Cage, will I accept that? I mean, it's not like my opinion really means anything, and it shouldn't until the movie comes out, because I honestly do have faith in this guy. If you've seen The Boys, you know this guy's a phenomenal actor. So I do think he can deliver and probably surprise the naysayers, but he wouldn't have been my first choice. Personally, I thought it would have been cool to see the likes of even like The Miz or a Cody if we didn't get the big one, which I thought would be Ryan Reynolds. I've been clamoring for Ryan Reynolds for years to be Johnny Cage. I think that's just a match made in heaven. When I think of Johnny, I think of Ryan Reynolds, vice versa. So for me, it was always Ryan Reynolds, but I kind of lost hope that he'd be playing the role because they're shooting this summer. We haven't heard news or teases from Ryan in years. I think he's teased like one time on Twitter, and that's pretty much it. So I don't even know if he even wanted that role versus like the pro wrestlers like The Miz and Cody Rhodes, who are trying to generate some like hype for that for a while now. So it is what it is. If this is going to be our Johnny, I'm not going to do the whole, this is screwed up, oh no, I'm upset. Like it's a rumor. Let's not get the pitchforks and the torches out just yet. We'll see what happens. But right now, all we know, Karl Urban, who is a great actor, will be in MK2, and it seems like it could be for Johnny Cage. So I ask you, now that you've heard the news potentially here, it's not Scott Adkins, it's not Ryan Reynolds, it's not any pro wrestler, it's him, Karl Urban. Is that a W? Is it an L? I know some of you guys are going to hate this choice. Some of you guys are going to love this choice. At the end of the day, all I'm asking is for you guys not to go and jump the gun, because again, this is a rumor. It's not confirmed. I'm sure right as they start shooting, just like we saw with the first Mortal Kombat movie, we're going to get some press releases with every actor and what character they will be playing with a small synopsis, and we'll go from there. Don't bother Todd Gardner and ask if it's true, because I'm sure he's already got a billion of those tweets already. Todd, if you're watching this, prayers, my man. Good luck, dude. Stay off Twitter for a few weeks or for the whole summer, because it could get bad. But yo, I love you. And yeah, there you go. Karl Urban, Mortal Kombat 2. It's happening. Love you guys. Thank you for coming back and watching. If you enjoy these updates, please take a second, drop a like on the video, of course. Subscribe for some more MK updates like this on the channel. Until next time, been your host, been Dynasty. Guys, please take care, stay safe. And would you look at that? Todd Gardner, as I'm editing this video, just comes out and shares the article mentioning how Karl Urban is in final talks to play Johnny Cage in MK2. Nothing more, nothing less. Guess it's safe to say we found our Johnny. See you guys in the next video.
Stepping on the crack, but I'm not superstitious. Count all these racks, I'll be steady, counting my digits.